chinchilla stole from the table. She grabs a handful of the silk scarves that are on display, not scarlet, but greens and blues, and someone will want them, and shoves them up the sleeves of her new full-length mink. She buttons up the coat, pausing for a fraction of a second, before sliding several brooches from the countertop into the pockets. She reaches for a fur muff on the table. She has one at home, but this is sable, and too tempting. It's also useful. She presses 3 pairs of kid gloves into the hand space. She acts quickly, in one easy, fluid movement, with the poise of a dancer. She takes a last look at herself in the mirror, wrinkling her nose at the bulkiness that she's added. It's spoiling the line of the coat. Then she shrugs, checks her wristwatch, and makes her way from this section of the department store towards the impressively gilded doors that will lead her to the street. She glides through them, safe in the knowledge that no one will stop her while she's dressed like this. She doesn't look like a thief. Just beyond the doorway, another woman is waiting for her on the pavement. She nods to Ruby and tucks an arm through hers, squeezing her, and starts to walk immediately. "Nice coat, Ruby." Ruby smirks. "Thought I needed a new one." "Why not?" the woman says. "A girl deserves a treat now and again, don't she?" They merge with the crowds on the pavement, walking briskly east towards Knightsbridge, but not so fast as to attract attention. "What else you get? You didn't just pull the coat, did you?" "Course not. The pockets are enormous. I've got silk scarves, stockings, brooches, paste, but good. A fur stole. And there's this." She lifts the sable muff. "Quality. Handy too. I've got 3 pairs of gloves shoved in here. How about you, Mags?" Ruby tips back her head to get a better view from under the rim of her hat. Mags pulls her along, almost imperceptibly increasing the pace, staring only ahead, eyes fixed on the street in the direction they are heading. "Blouses, silk underthings. They're in my skirts. And there's more than one hat pin holding down this hat. It's like a pincushion right now." Mags always does this, keeps her face rigid while trying to make Ruby laugh. "Shame it's not windy at all then," Ruby said. "I could do with a pin in my bloody knickers." Mags grunts. "One of the blouses is slipping. Might have to stop and hitch it up before we reach the river." "Are we doing anywhere else? It's not afternoon yet." Mags shakes her head. "Not today. We've done well enough between us, but word will soon be out that we're in town, and there's no point risking getting caught. We'll get these goods over to the warehouse for Grace to sort, and then I think we might deserve a trip to the pictures." "Smashing!" Ruby loves the picture house. She knows all the film stars. "Passion's Playground is showing. Norman Kerry and Rudolph Valentino and Catherine MacDonald. She was so good in Turning Point." Mags lets her prattle on, but ignores her. Ruby's a dreamer, and someone has to stay alert. They turn the corner, and she slackens her walk, her arm still linked through Ruby's. Buckingham Palace is not far now. Ahead of them, 2 women push through the doors of another store. One of them glances down the street and catches sight of Mags and Ruby, but she makes no sign that she knows them. Instead, she nods to her friend, and the pair set off towards the bridge. Neither Mags nor Ruby passes comment as they follow at a distance. They won't acknowledge one another until they've crossed the river into Lambeth, and they know they're nearly home. That's how it's done. They all know the game. Hoisting, lifting. They've been playing it since they were children, one way or another. Say nothing until you're safe. Ruby can see that Alice Dunning is limping. Her hip is causing her pain again and slowing her down. She says she fell off a ladder and injured herself trying to climb into someone's house, or climb out of it. She laughs it off and says she can't remember which way around it was. And anyway, everyone knows that's not the truth. On her own, Alice looks like any other smartly dressed woman browsing the shops, apart from the broken nose that makes her face look squashed. But next to Edith, she is clumsy, lumbering along. Edith Lennox is wearing her new coat. It's been specially made, lined with small pockets, so that she doesn't have to push anything into her skirts. She's not going to make herself uncomfortable. She'll only have hoisted 1 or 2 items. Ruby watches Edith's feet crisscross as she walks. This makes her body sway, and the coat skimming her dainty frame swings at just the right length to show off her ankles. Edith is as vain as she is lazy. Mags is watching Edith, too, as she tries to hold the blouse between her thighs. She lets go of Ruby's arm and clutches her skirt to keep the silk garments in place. It doesn't matter, though. The bridge is in sight, and they are a long way from the store now. The lank-haired shopgirl emerges from the storeroom, holding up the red silk scarf in triumph, a tribute for the goddess of the silver screen. Her arm falls as she surveys the disruption of her station. The goddess, along with the mink coat and several items from her counter and carefully arranged table,